the building.
We're here.
We are here finally at the reHouse.
The reHouse.
First episode, we've got one of my closest friends, best rivals, and of course, vanilla.
Vanilla. To the chocolate, of course.
To the chocolate. We make an inside out Oreo anytime.
That's been our thing forever.
I know, tell me about it. So she goes by the name of Jax, Jaxx.
And I'm so awkward, so this is gonna be a fun.
Oh, hold on, let me give you a cheer. Let me give you a cheer.
Uh-oh. Thank you. Nothing like that.
So the reHouse is where we get down to the nitty-gritty questions
Let's do it.
that you're too afraid to ask anyone, but we're gonna answer those questions for you. So let's get to it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right. So everybody wants to know, how did we meet?
Okay. Listen, how we met is one of the craziest stories ever. Like, I think that after something like this happens, you have no choice but to be best friends. Because, alright, so we're gonna take it back 9 years ago, right? We're in the strip club. We're both working there. She's not even 21 yet. We're both up in a VIP, right? We have our own clients. Alright, next thing you know, we lock eyes from across the room because what the fuck am I witnessing right now? Am I actually seeing what I'm seeing? We look at each other. Yes, as a matter of fact, we are seeing what we're seeing. This girl is straight up giving head in the VIP. Like, out in the open, you guys. Like, she's down on her hands and knees. There's no condom involved. And I'm a baby stripper. She's a baby stripper. This is my first strip club that I've worked at in Vegas. And this is the introduction that we receive. So, after we get done with the VIP, we walk up to each other like, bro, did you just see that? And yeah, the rest is history from there because I don't know how you don't become best friends after you bond over a traumatic situation like that.
I can't even get that image out of my head.
It'll like, bro, I'll never get it out of my head. It's not a possibility. It just like, that will forever be ingrained in my head. I think that that's a story we'll talk about at each other's
for the rest
weddings.
of our lives.
Yeah, like this is the origin of us. We became stage partners after that. Like
the origin of me and Jax.
the origin
of me and Jax. What made you get into the industry? How long have you been doing it?
Okay, so I'm out of the industry now. Thank you very
Woo!
much. Right, exactly. Thank you. But, alright, so I got in because I was a broke college girl. I had just come back from Australia. I did a semester abroad there. I had no money and no one would hire me in my hometown. So I turned to dancing and then I just kind of kept with it. I actually ended up moving out of Wisconsin, moving to Vegas to dance, and I made something out of it, so we're here now, and I'm actually an assistant at a packaging company now, but I danced for 10 years and that shit is hard. Like, no shit, that shit is, it's like nothing else, because not only is it physically taxing, but it's mental too. Like, men and women, they can just be rude, Like,
what is your view on strip club culture?
Strip club culture. Right, so I think that there's just like a few main things about strip club culture that you need to know, I guess, either as a client or as a dancer, like they're two completely different things, being a client and a dancer. When you go into a strip club, first of all, don't go in broke if you're a client. Like, get some ones at least. Even if you're there just to like experience being in a strip club, don't be that broke person that's staring at us like we're a fucking zoo exhibit, because we're not, okay? Like, straight up.
Nobody wants to be
Nobody wants, and that's going as a dancer or a client. Like, nobody wants to be around a broke person. The the second thing I think is just like, bro, have fun at a strip club, you know? That's the whole point. It's an experience. So you need to go in with an open mind, no matter what.
Everybody wants to know what's the craziest encounter you have had in the strip club, being an entertainer in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but like, I don't even know if there is one that tops the rest of them. Like, I think that my favorite story is probably riding a man around like a horse in the VIP. Like, bro, that was one of my favorite experiences ever. This man was just paying me to beat him up, basically, and ride him around and make fun of him and embarrass him.
Oh, God.
That's one of my favorite stories.
This also says, have you ever been addicted to drugs in the industry? How'd you get started on it?
Okay, so yeah, absolutely. That's a big thing in the industry, and I think that a lot of people aren't necessarily truthful about it, you know? Like, it's a huge thing. A lot of people do it, and a lot of people come to Vegas just to try it, you know? I personally was very addicted, and it was really hard to get out of it because when you're in the strip club every night and that's what people are doing and that's how you're entertaining people, it's hard to get out of that. So I've been sober for a little bit now, but I had to get out of the industry to be able to do it because it's hard to put on an act for people sometimes.
It sounds like it's very draining to the point where you're like, what's realistic, what's reality, what's not, like how do I act around real people, you know?
Right.
It
becomes you're a performer, you're an entertainer, you know, and sometimes it's hard to flip that switch on, so you turn to drugs and alcohol to help you do it, and that's an addictive thing that you don't want to do. Drugs are bad, kids.
Drugs are bad, kids. Drugs are naughty.
Naughty.
What other jobs do you work besides the industry?
I'm an executive assistant at a packaging company. So, you know, I'm an assistant. It's pretty cool. I get to travel a lot because of it. It's not really that taxing, which is nice, of course. But then I'm starting my dream of becoming a content creator.
Yeah, you better follow my girl.
Yeah. I want to just create content and, you know, live my life and basically get paid to do that. Pretty much. My life is kind of cool, you know, so why not? Jesus.
Do you think management was fair when you worked in the industry?
Oh, absolutely not. Nothing in Vegas is fair. Let's just be straight up about that. Like, and us being best friends and her being black and me being white, like, we got to see it up close and personal because there was so much discrimination towards her as a black female versus me. Do you remember the one time we went into Sapphire and they turned us away immediately? We went in for auditions and they saw her first and they said, no, we're not hiring. And then I went in the next day without her and I got hired.
So Sapphire, you sucked my toe.
Yeah. Management was definitely unfair. There was favoritism in girls, in like the VIP girls, we would call them, you know, like those girls are getting chosen first to go see like big clients because they had a standing relationship with the managers and blah blah blah, you know. I guess that in an industry like the sex industry, you're gonna have your favoritism.
Did you ever see any real cat fights?
Oh yes. Oh, I was in a couple.
This girl likes to have beef, and when she has beef, she likes to handle the beef.
Well, I don't like to have the beef, but we're gonna handle it, so that's the issue. Yeah, we definitely saw the cat fights, like real fights. They're not cat fights by any means. No, there was boxing, I remember. that was supposed to be cat fights, but that turned out into being like something it wasn't supposed to be, you guys. Like, me and Sophia were beating each other's asses in this ring. Like, it was not supposed to be.
Why did we do this?
But it was fun and it happened. But I remember, shoot, there was a girl who came flying off a table one time, wigs getting ripped off in the locker room. Like, there was, because, you know, that's a lot of bitches to be in one area, and then you involve money. Shoot, all logic is out the door. Like, oh god, but it's good entertainment for sure.
That is good entertainment. Have you ever been set up because of another entertainer?
Set up? No, not really. Like, I know you have though. So
Let's just say
your story.
I have. I remember I was in Texas, and I was so nice to like the DJs and the girls, and they were just so sweet to me. And it was like my first time in Dallas, and I couldn't understand why everybody was being so nice, you know. So throughout the whole night, people are just walking around actually talking crap about me, and then being nice to my face, helping me pick up money and everything. As soon as I got out the parking lot, 4 girls tried to jump me, and the DJ he's watching, and he's just standing there.
Nice.
He's just standing there, and I'm just like, is somebody gonna help me?
Right.
My hair flying off, bro. Like, my money bag on the floor.
Right.
Like, what's going on? Like, damn.
Girls are ruthless, and shoot, even men in the industry too, obviously.
I couldn't fathom why everybody wanted to gang up on me, but then I realized, I was like, maybe it's just because I was new, maybe it's because I was an easy target. But then I realized that is kind of the strip club industry.
Yeah.
It's either a scam, they're either trying to get you, they're trying to hurt
Everybody's trying to get over on you.
They are.
That's what it is. That's why our friendship is so crazy, because like, not only the way that we met, but the shit that we've been through together. Like, a lot of people would not go through what we have. Like, there's been so many times people have tried to put us against each other because we're so close. Like, and they don't, out here, it's rare for women to not stab each other.
I'm like, you got my business. What's that?
Scarface on the ass. Because
and then blow a little kiss.
Yeah, it's crazy out here though. It's crazy in the industry regardless, but Vegas is an animal.
I think you have to have real strength to come out here as a female in general. Just to come out here and work, you have to be on top of your game.
If you're not, you'll get chewed up and spit out, bro. And it happens fast. Fast. Like, you have a couple of bad nights and next thing you know, you might be homeless, bro.
No, like you're on the brink of like, man, should I go stay in a budget suite?
Literally.
It's like, what's going on?
Listen, bro, I've been at the budgets. I'm not above it.
How can you identify an undercover in the club versus a pimp?
Oh, wow. Okay. That question is crazy. Well, a pimp, a pimp basically 9 times out of 10, he's gonna be black. So no racist shit there. Just
she's very accurate.
They're gonna be ganged up in the huddle. You know, like that's what they do. And undercover is gonna be by himself. They are. You already know that. We have to avoid one whole section of the bar because they're all right there, and like we're just not trying to get hollered at for the night. But an undercover, he's gonna be by himself, and he's gonna be weird.
They're gonna be weird.
And
you gotta feel their chest for like water.
He's probably gonna be white.
9 times out of 10, they're gonna be vanilla. Yes,
like,
vanilla.
He is for
vanilla.
Sure. And yeah, he's just gonna be weird.
Was it greed that drove you to work in the industry, or was it the feeling of having security?
So, these are so stupid. Okay, so for me, honestly, it was like the idea of security, but dancing did not give me that because I messed up my money along the way. You and I know that, and it just is what it is.
Always be smart with your finances.
Listen, don't ever give your money to someone. Just don't do that. Keep your money for yourself. But so it was the idea of security, but once I got into the industry, greed definitely took over a little bit, for sure. I won't even lie. Like, you know, you have that first $5,000 night and it's like, ooh, I need more. You get that first $10,000 night, it's like, ooh, I need more. Like, you know, that thing kind of takes over.
It's like a feeling of it never being enough.
Yeah.
Like it's never enough.
And that's why, you know, her and I talk about it now that I'm not a dancer. She's like, I don't know how you live this square life. And I'm like, bro, honestly, I haven't been happier. Like,
it's called sleep.
Sleep helps. Sleep absolutely helps. But, you know, being away from all that negativity and toxic shit at the end of the day is so helpful. So nice.
So how did people react to you when you told them that you were an entertainer, Las Vegas entertainer?
Well, like
why she said that?
because like honestly my family couldn't really say anything about it because my family's wild in the first place, and they always knew that I was gonna like do whatever I was gonna do. So I think that it was more so they just wanted me to be safe. Like, they didn't really have anything negative to say. Well, my dad was funny. He's a character. He said, don't let me catch you on a billboard.
Have you ever had the opportunity to cheat on somebody while working in this industry? You know, while being in a full committed relationship.
Oh, for sure. And at the end of the day...
Wait, hold on. You said for sure?
Yeah.
She ain't never lied.
Yeah, because, you know, you have to decide, like, there's a line between your job and it crossing a line and it not being your job anymore. Mm-hmm. And people are gonna offer you a lot of money. Especially,
She said a lot of money.
a lot of money, especially when you say no. You know what I mean? Like, because then it's like, ooh, they can't have it. So they're willing to put any dollar amount on it. And then that's where it comes, like, you have to decide if you're a faithful person or if you're a cheater, you know?
That's the worst part.
The worst part.
Yeah, because you never know which one until you see that dollar amount.
Until you see it. I figured out I'm not a cheater, but it hurt my heart to, like, not accept that money. I won't even lie. What's it say? She said this one. What's it say?
It says, if you have any advice for someone new coming into the industry, what would it be?
Oh,
What would you say to them? Like, someone's coming in new, they're coming in hot, they're like, woo, I'm about to be a stripper. I don't know what I'm about
they're
to do.
full of the excitement that we once were.
Brand new.
Yeah, the babies. Okay, my advice for a baby stripper would be to find you a best friend. Find someone who understands what you're going through in that club every night, because only someone doing what you're doing every night is going to be able to fully understand you. Like, that shit, it can be taxing, and if you don't have a best friend to be able to talk it out with, it's hard to just deal with that on your own because nobody's gonna get it.
Mm-hmm. You're very accurate on that one. I remember there were nights where I was so young and we were just sitting there talking about life, and then we would have the older dancers, the OGs, and they would be like, girl, that ain't nothing. Like, why you worried? I'm over here stressing about like a breakup or a school paper due.
For real.
Or something really stupid like, oh, a tire on my car, and they've got bigger problems. They're like almost in their 40s now.
Yeah, still in the club.
Still in the club trying to figure out how they're gonna
pay rent. Take care of their kids.
Yeah, so I'm thinking in my head, like, my problems, now that I look back at it, when I was in the club, I'm like, they never really seemed to matter as big as others now that I look at it. Like, my problems were like thin, like a little ant on the sleeve, like
No, for real.
like a little booger, just slap it.
You know, neither one of us have kids.
Yeah.
So that most of these women in the clubs, they have kids and they have families that they're trying to provide for. Like, yes, we have families that we're helping out, but like, we don't have a kid that we gotta, you know, you go to work, you don't get done until 4, 5, 6 in the morning, and your kid is up at 7, 8.
And then you gotta go take him to school, and you're like, what is going on?
What is life? I don't think I could handle that. So, you know, I give props to all the OGs for sure.
And we thought we had such big problems.
Right. We became the OGs.
We became the OGs. And then it's like fast forward 10 years later, it's like now that you look back at it, what would you have done differently?
Not giving my money away. Not trusted in someone else's dream before my own. I think that was my biggest mistake. I didn't have my own dreams, so I was willing to follow someone else's. And that's where I messed up, because now I have my own dreams and I'm restarting instead of, just following through on that. So that's my biggest regret.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So this is a little insight on the live entertainers, performers, DJs, strippers, bottle service girls, all the entertainment in Las Vegas nightly. And we are capping it off at that. Check us out for the next episode in the whorehouse.